I need to say straight off the bat on this vlog, thank you for the last few videos. Obviously we were over in Berlin doing our seminar last week with Sunny and Zach, absolutely awesome. You loved the vlogs, which was amazing, but you were also in the comments I saw asking, when's the next Batcave? When's the next educational video? This, that, and the other coming. By no means were those videos non-educational. They were awesome. But today we're back. If you are new to the channel, where I put hashtag Batcave right now with a time, that is where we break down the subject that's normally discussed or shown either in the thumbnail or in the title. So if you're not really bothered about what I'm up to, my life and John's life and seeing Frenchies and stuff like that, just go straight to the Batcave. If that's all you want, you can take that little percentage. It's fine. I'm not hurting, you're not hurting anyone. Just make sure you damn subscribe to the channel. But if you've got any more Batcave subjects, put them below in the description box, not in the description box, in the comment box below, because I cover them. Every single time I go through and I'm like, right, what do they want me to talk about? Today, we might well have to get the whiteboard out, but first of all, I've got to train. Where's my freaking phone? It's definitely, yes, a knocko kind of day. Just got to the box and I know there's a class going on, so the music's gonna be super loud, but I wanted to show you this. Right, so our mate Matt showed us this app. It's the corner one, which looks like a play button, which I could probably focus a lot better. Bottom one there. Black one, it's got a blue arrow, or a black arrow, and it's called GoWOD, right? So basically, we downloaded this free trial from the App Store, and you go, right, do a mobility test, and it tests your shoulders, your overhead, your hip, your posterior chain, and your ankles, main areas when it comes to lifting, and it then gives you a number out of 100. So out of 100%, my mobility score was 45%, which was pretty atrocious. I think John's was like up in the 80s. So I instantly subscribed to it, because you have to pay to subscribe to it naturally with any program like this, and it then gives you, each day you can do pre-WOD, post-WOD, or daily routines, and then you give it a time. You pick the time that you want to do. I did a 15-minute one this morning, and then it also, the clever thing is, it gives you the workout. That you can see that my configuration is overhead. That's my biggest weakness at the moment. So it tells you what you're going to need. It works on that weakest area, and then if there's any equipment that you require, it's normally going to be either a band, a lacrosse ball, or a foam roller. It gives you that. And then also, which I'm now about to go and do, which I then figured this out this morning, pre-WOD, meaning my warm-up, either 10 minutes or 15-minute warm-up, and then you write in all the exercises that you're going to be doing in that workout, and it gives you the warm-up and mobilizing drills to get ready for said workout. Mind blown. Not being paid by GoWOD, but I am going to push this app because, oh Christ, sorry, camera just fell. It's very good, and I've now got a test. Like for me, I have to retest in a month's time. I'm going to do this every day, and my goal is to get to 80% in the next 3 months. So yeah, if you want to know anything more about it, it's called GoWOD, and I'm obviously on Apple, so it was on the iTunes store, or the Apple App Store. So it'll come up, tell you what you've got to do, and it also shows you the video. Then you press the clock and you hold it into the position and it states. How freaking easy is that? Didn't realise until I opened my WOD app that 4 sets of 5, 130 on back squats is actually a PB. And normally I wear SBDs. Today I'm just wearing my Ray-Ban, so a lot less elasticity, so meaning a lot less work or help on the way up. So I'm happy with that. Now, good mornings. Say bye to my lumbar. Right, good morning's done, lower back officially pumped. Now onto my weakest area by far, double overhead walking lunges with kettlebells. Anything overhead and over the midline, I'm terrible at, so we're gonna face it.
So as you probably observed, they were really hard, and I still, even in that overhead position, they felt solid, but then I look back at the video, my arms are like bent as hell, so it's definitely going to take a little bit more work, but just getting comfortable with the movement. Only 16 kilo dumb kettlebells, but yeah, that was interesting. Now, strict handstand push-ups, which are going to be a lot harder after essentially holding an isometric hold for 20 steps at a time with lunges. What a grinder.
So the last bit, and I actually feel like this is the open all over again, because I've had flashbacks of how painful this workout was when I did it, and I didn't enjoy it, and I never wanted to do it again, hence why I'm doing it right now. So 43 kilos on the bar, Fran weight, 9 thrusters, 35 double unders, 10 rounds for time. My legs are absolutely cooked. I just realised apparently as soon as I just did like 5 thrusters with an empty bar. But we've got to do it. This is the cave. This is the back cave, man cave, pain cave stuff that we have to do. Enjoy this, guys.
A lot. I think it might have been a couple no reps in there, but I'll take that. 952.
So I just watched back our open workout, 17.5, and it was 12:47 last time. So 9:52. It's a huge improvement, nearly 3 minutes. How bad is this? I've gone so lazy with my lunch because I haven't been food shopping. So I've got 100 grams of blueberries and 50 grams of raisins then. A tin of tuna with mayonnaise and 2 slices of bread. That is not what I would normally have. I'd normally have some form of protein source, something like chicken or mince with a load of veg and rice or something, but hey ho, this is what happens when you redo open workouts. Right, I'm gonna eat this and then we're gonna do a back cave episode. This one's gonna be maybe a little bit ranty, a little bit sweary, but we've got to get to the point very quickly. I'll see you downstairs. This one is a beaut. Welcome to the back cave, guys. This shouldn't take that long. I'm gonna try not to confuse it too much because it's quite a simple subject. We've got if it fits your macros and generally tracking and counting your calories. First of all, you've obviously made the conscious decision that you're gonna track and you think it's good for you. So we're not gonna have the argument of if you should even be tracking your macros or calories, blah, blah, blah. You know my standpoint on it. I think it's great to start with. It's a great educational tool. It teaches adherence long-term unless you're competing and you have to be in a certain body weight class and that kind of stuff. Do I think it's particularly healthy for your general lifestyle? No, but short-term it's fantastic. But anyway, let's give you a little bit of a background of both of them so you can make your decision based on my opinion. I'm going to try not to be biased. I have got my qualms and issues with both sides, as I always do. That's just being a decent coach in my opinion. It's not just pedal pushing another method, it's giving you the full story. So if it fits your macros, this has been huge for the last couple of years because there's loads of Instagrammers out there who have got fantastic physiques sitting there eating Reese's cupcakes and Lucky Charms with hashtag if it fits your macros, bro. Course, if I see someone absolutely tanked on Instagram and they're eating the stuff that we all want to eat, the crap all the time, we know we want chocolate and sweets, it's common sense, right? You're gonna go, oh, How are they eating? They're going, if it fits your macros, bro. And you're like, oh my God, I should be eating like that. But come on. Right, so if it fits your macros, is essentially as long as it fits within your macro numbers, it's absolutely fine to eat. Yes, the total overall calories aren't gonna be any different to if you're tracking. We know that calories are number one, but we also know that number two is health. Well, no, I'm going to say calories, and no, I'm going to change that. I'm going to say number one is health, number two is calories. Right, so if it fits your macros, most people that I've seen have gone from tracking and counting their calories. Some of them, a lot of them that I've seen are probably taking gear or have taken gear. Not that I have a problem with gear, you crack on, you look fucking awesome, so I don't care. But they used to track a little bit more rigidly. Then they realize they get to this point where, first of all, it might not be working for them psychologically, or they're in amazing shape and what they're trying to do is just maintain now. They've got a ton of muscle, it's metabolically active, they're turning over calories a lot faster. They can get away with a hell of a lot more than you or I. Right? So they're at that point where they're just in maintenance. They've got to the physique they want to get to and they're just training hard to keep it there. If it fits your macros, it's quite an easy thing. It's a nice transition from tracking and counting long term. I see a lot of people going from this side being a little bit more rigid to a little more relaxed in terms of just trying to maintain. My problem with if it fits your macros is it reinforces a lot of bad habits a lot of people come to me with in the first place. So a lot of my clients who come to me and work with me, to start with, there's a lot of processed foods, a lot of easy foods, a lot of quick things, a lot of fast foods, a lot of oven baked this, and you know what I mean. The obvious things that we should be trying to limit. You know, don't get me wrong, these foods aren't off the menu. We are not a non-processed world. There's no two ways about it. The nutrient availability of even single ingredient foods has gone down over the last 10 to 20 years because of fast farming and you know what I mean. So many changes, but we want to limit certain things and we also want to educate people as to what's in their food. So if we just turn around and go, eat whatever you like as long as it hits those numbers, you know it's not going to be optimal long term. So what I normally do with my clients is I get them to start on something like tracking their calories, finding out how much they should be eating. Then I'll give them their macros to suit their TDE, their performance levels, their goals, to support their goals that they've got, right? And I'll say to them, go away, try and hit those macros. Hit them, get within 5 to 10 grams of each thing, hit them over the next month, and then I'm gonna go back. If there's a macro that they're struggling with, normally some people struggle with fat or they struggle with protein. Protein's one that a lot of people struggle with. We'll then just attack that and we'll go, right, let's get your protein up a little bit more. And then when we've got a nice line across the board, a nice average, that's when we start to attack what we call like the suboptimal foods. We want nutrients, we want vitamins, we want minerals, we want our macros to be hit, right? And when it comes to long-term performance, long-term aesthetic change in terms of it not going back to feeling like crap and looking like crap very quickly, that's what we want. We need to have a lot of goodness inside our body, right? And that's where I think the problem with if it fits your macros comes in long term. If you're starting from having quite a lot of processed foods and not a great deal of single ingredient foods in your diet, and I just turn around and embellish that and go, yeah, just crack on, I don't care as long as you hit your macros. Yes, if you want to lose fat or you want to lose weight, to start with, it's going to work because a calorie deficit means you're going to lose weight. But are you going to be healthy long term? No, you're not going to be healthy long term. If I don't at least try and get some new things into your diet by going, look, you know that sauce that you buy in a tub every single week and put on your bolognese? Yeah. Do you know that if you just spent like 5 minutes and used a few single spices and different things and some tomato puree and that kind of stuff, you could actually make it yourself. First of all, it makes you feel fucking awesome because you've learned something new. You invest in that meal a little bit more. And second of all, you're going to save yourself a ton of calories that you don't need. And it's just going to be nicer and better for you long term. So that's how we try and do it. So to kind of cut a long story short, I think this question from a lot of people could be answered themselves. And I think, and this is no disrespect because I've done it all. John's done it all. We've all pissed around and tried all these different diets and asked, should I do this? Should I do that? I want every single one of you, if you take nothing else away from this video, when it comes to asking somebody a question about food or nutrition or yourself, right? Don't ask the question of, should I do this? Should I eat more of that? Should I go to the gym this many times, right? ask yourself the question or tell yourself the answer of what you shouldn't be doing. We have all got common sense, right? So many people will come up to me and go, how much alcohol should I drink a week, right? And the question should be, should I even be drinking alcohol when it comes to my fat loss goals? You know, it's so many people, we're looking for somebody to turn around. We're going, should I be going to the gym? Like, how many times a week should I go to the gym? And the question should be, I'm going to the gym, how many times should I rest a week? You know, we've got to flip it round. You know, most of us know the answers to the questions, but we're putting it out there into the ether, hoping that somebody's going to come back and go, you know what? Yeah, if you want to lose fat, you can eat McDonald's every single day of the week, go to the gym maybe once a month, and that's it, and you will lose fat. You know, we're all hoping at some point somebody's going to give us that answer, but honestly, you hold so much more power and so many more answers than you ever would believe. So if you're asking the question or you're a little bit unsure and it's not something that's like quite deep nutrition or something, you know, something a little bit beyond what you might know yourself, when it's just common sense questions of how many times to go to the gym, 9 times out of 10, your body will tell you. If you're going too many times, you've got to rest. You're aching all the time, you're not recovering. You know the answer, you've got to rest. You know, most of it is common sense. How many times can I have a cheat meal a week? Don't even use the word cheat meal. Don't even think of it as a cheat meal. All food is on the menu, but it's, you know, that Maltesers and Snickers and takeaways aren't going to be as optimal as a homemade meal. We know that, you know that. So stop questioning yourself, stop looking for the answers elsewhere. Trust yourself a little bit more, and honestly, you will fly. So that is my opinion on if it fits your macros. I'm a little bit more biased towards tracking calories and macros because I'm a coach, so I look at the educational side of things. I do think it helps every now and again. It's a nice little transition for people when they get to that point. Do I think it's ideal? No. Is it really good every now and again for clients who are tracking their macros to have a week where they kind of rest a little bit and they can just keep an eye on their macros without too much worry about the foods and this, that, and the other? Yes, I think it's something that could work both ways. But my argument is that I don't like people pushing it who are probably assisted and already at their end stage and they're just trying to maintain, going, yeah, it's all about if it fits your macros, when they probably, if they offered a little bit more context and a little bit more history, they probably started with said clean eating and tracking their macros, and now they're just there. So it's just the world that we live in, unfortunately. There's a lot of dickheads out there. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of your face. I hope this really helped. If you've got any more subjects you want me to bring to the cave, let me know. I will cover it. Keep being awesome. If you like the video, give it a massive thumbs up, comment below, subscribe if you haven't. Anything more that I can tell you, I would. If you want to be coached by myself or John, all the details are in the description box below. See you next time.